Hey guys, and welcome back to another season of Discovery investment video. In this one, I'm just going to be showing you the best investments to do before phase 2. This will be your last chance to actually invest in them before phase 2 launch. So it's just a reminder of some of the items, and that if you want to invest some gold, that you pretty much, this is going to be your last chance to do so, because phase 2 is within around 30 hours from now. So if you do want to invest, you're going to have to do it now. So let's get right into the items, and I'll show you which items are going to be the best. Alright, so we're going to be using my investment groups from my classic flipping guide, and I'll show you the items. Now, we're not going to be going over the long-term investments because they are still inside of the flipping guide. So if you do want to get hold of them also, they are in the classic flipping guide, which is the first link down below in the description box. But everyone has had the phase 2 investment groups for a very long time, and majority of the people that are in the flipping guide have already invested into these weeks ago. So I'm happy to share these with you. These are going to be some of the main ones to do in phase 2. So these items right here are really good. Now, if you want to get these groups with both these groups, and they have operations set up to only sell these items when they're at a very profitable point for you, so you can know when the prices are up. So it's all set up for investing. So the first item that we're going to be talking about is going to be the raw greater sagefish. Now, if you can get these at a cheap enough price, I expect these to go up with phase 2 on my realm. As you can see, we brought 220 of these for only 3 silver each. They're currently already around like 6 silver. They have jumped up and spiked up to like 10 and 15 silver in the last couple of days. They have been going up and down. Has all these items too, so these items have been fluctuating up and down just because of people prepping. But the first item is going to be the raw greater sagefish. Moving on, we have the iron bars and the iron ore. These also have been going up and down like crazy, but if you can get them for a cheap enough price, I do expect all these items to peak once phase 2 actually launches. We also have the King's Blood. These are going to be really good. We also have life roots, so if you can get these at a cheap price, they'll be a really good investment to do. We have the Strangle Kelp, another really good item. Now this item also will go up in the long term. It's not just a phase 2 item to invest in. We have the heavy hides and the cured heavy hides. These are both really good items to invest in. As you can see, we brought a few of these for like 5 silver, and they're already up to like 23 silver at the moment, which is pretty crazy. Then we also have the Bolt of Mage Weave. So we got these right here. And we also have the large fangs. Now, I do have a video up on the channel already, which goes into depth why these items are actually good to invest in for phase 2, like what they're used for. But the main thing with the majority of these items is that we can farm them now in phase 1, but we can't actually do anything with them in phase 1. They can only be really used in phase 2, so that means the demand for them will go up in phase 2, and hopefully the price will skyrocket on all of these items. So this was just pretty much a reminder of, if you want to do some investment, if you've got some gold, spare gold sitting around, it's pretty much going to be your last chance. So if you have the groups from the classic flipping guide, what you could do is you can select the phase 2 investments. You can run a shopping scan, and this will scan through all the items, give you the prices. This number right here is the market value. So the lower the percent is, it means the lower they are below the market value. A lot of these will be above the market value because the prices of these have been going up steadily the past like week and two. But if you can find a few that are a cheap enough price, it would definitely worth investing in. So for an example, the market value on the heavy hide is around 9 silver. There's a whole heap of them posted for 7 silver. It'd be worth investing into these at the moment. The raw greater sagefish is still very cheap. You could buy these for this price. Now, every realm is different, so don't go off my prices for my specific realm. Every realm has their own prices that are good. But if you can find them for a cheap enough price, it's definitely worth buying them. Like for an example, the large fangs, these have already started to go up crazy. I wouldn't recommend buying these. Like if you look at the price, They've been sitting around like 10 silver up to like 15 silver, but they're currently posted on the auction house for 45 silver. So these have already went up and probably peaking at the moment. So if you already have a bunch of these on this realm, it would be probably a decent time to actually sell these, for an example. But yeah, you scan this, you go through anything that is worth buying, which honestly I think I'm going to get more of these heavy hides. What's the price? I'm happy to spend up to 10 silver each on these. So let's go ahead and buy a bunch of these up. These are going to be really good. So these can be gotten right now from skinning, but obviously there is no use for these at the moment. That's why the price is so low. Once people are actually using these and have a use for them, the price should skyrocket. That's pretty much the theory behind most of these items, that we can find them pretty easy at the moment, but there's no real use for them. So we won't buy the one that's at 10 silver, we'll just buy the rest of them. Now I've got a bunch of these items already stocked up across all my bank alts, investing alts. So what I will do for the next video, I will make a video that shows you all of my investments, how much I've actually spent on them, and I'll make a nice spreadsheet and we can see how much I've spent on all the different items I'm invested in. And then after phase 2 launches, I will put out a part 2 of that video showing you after all of them sold and how much profit we made from investing in them. A lot of these items I've invested in like literally months ago, when that was super cheap. Saying that though, you still have a chance right now. If you can find a few items that are at a cheap enough price, you can still invest in them before phase 2, and they should rise in phase 2. Like for an example, we just got a bunch more of the heavy hides. I see these definitely going over, way over the 10 silver mark that we paid for them, up to like probably 20 silver on this specific realm. Every realm is different. So another thing that you can do when you're investing is look on JP Morgan. I'll put a link for that down below in the description box. It's basically a website with a whole heap of charts and different data that you can actually look at, and you can kind of tell if the item is going to be at a good price to buy and what the prices have been doing over the past period of time. However guys, that was it for this video. Just a quick reminder, if you do have some gold sitting around, that there are some items that you can definitely be investing into and making some decent gold from investing them until phase 2 has launched, and then selling them off. If you do want my full investment groups and operations for TSM, they are in the flipping guide. I also go in depth why they are good items to actually flip. You also get the long-term investments, they are in the flipping guide, and obviously the groups with the TSM are also in there too. But the main thing about the flipping guide, it will teach you how to actually flip the normal way, which is like buying items, not investing into them, but buying them and then reselling them right away and making profit like that. It goes really in depth of how to do that. You also will have my TSM groups and operations for normal flipping, which has thousands of items that I've handpicked that are worth flipping in phase 2. So if you do want to get that, it is all in the classic flipping guide. You also get access to a private Discord where I personally help you out myself, plus a bunch of other very useful and helpful people will help you out with flipping and gold making. Until the next one guys, take care, and I hope you have a good time in phase 2.